about it with Stephen, but we started at large. This is the fourth time in the last 5 games that you guys have played what I thought is a really all-around complete baseball game. Right?
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, that I guess it would have been the 4th inning there where they hit the homer and then get a little blooper. We walk a guy, get a fly out. Thought we had him thrown out on the steal. Don't know, Gaucher's the man. That's my favorite guy in all of the world. And so I trust him if he says he kind of just only got the face up pre-hand. But like, I think a play that if we make either a better throw or better tag, we got to have the guy out. We don't hit the guy. Then we get what maybe could have been a double play, but it kind of got nicked, so we only got the lead out. And then they steal. They were not going on the throw, but it kind of got fumbled there, and then we threw it to home, and it got fumbled. So it was ugly there, but I bring that up to say that was it. That was the end of the ugliness. There was good double plays. There was great individual pitch. I was really proud. I mean, Matt Dill was awesome.
Yeah.
Just tremendous. Coop Ellingworth was good after he decided to compete at the level in which we wanted. And Brady Richardson with the new little slot was nasty. That was probably one of the most exciting aspects of the game. I mean, I don't know how much, I know your view's a little bit unique here, but that's a new thing that Brady's been working really hard on, trying to get his slot athletic. Because Brady, for people that don't know, he's probably, if you metrics it out, maybe our best athlete. He's 40-inch vertical, 6'5" runner. He can play shortstop. He hits. He's up to 94 on the mound. He was 90-92 from that new slot today, so that's nasty. That's awesome. Huge fan of what he did there in the ninth. That's a big takeaway.
Well, let me add to that takeaway with 2 things. And listening to you and Coach Walgamot in the pregame meeting, you talked to us, actually, to the fans on the pregame show about you're a big fan of giving people opportunities if they take advantage of it. Brady Richardson may have done so, Dylan Cool, some of the other guys. There were people who really kind of stepped into things a little bit when their chance came.
There's no doubt. And look, Steve had an incredible day. Now I'm gonna go back 2007. I'm gonna Dan McDonald Steve. I want him to make that play. And
against the wall?
He's got to make that play. He's too good. He can make it. And so, Dan McDonald years ago, people don't know, Boomer Whiting, guy I played with, pulls up. We're up 16-0 at Seton Hall. 16-0, 2 outs Friday night.
Right.
Blooper. And he comes Johnny cooling in and lets it go, and we lose the shutout, which meant BP for the pitchers, by the way.
Didn't go well with Coach McDonald?
It did not go well on the bus, and I won't use the exact verbiage. I know people will be offended if I did, but basically it was, Boomer, you run a 6.28. You have 75 steals, which he did. He led the country. You have to make that play. You ruined our shutout. Flash forward a month later, in Omaha, Boomer makes 2 diving catches, one of the greatest catches in Omaha history. It's called the catch, back at my alma mater, where he's jumping into the wall, spinning, corkscrewing. So I'm going to challenge Steve on that, but I don't have to challenge him offensively. He was incredible. I thought Darnell was really good. It was good to see him. Blake was just locked in. But, Dylan Cool, he was the guy that got to the shield, and I thought it was just great approach, walk, sac fly, good swing. Took his walks, which we thought was part of the puzzle today, for us and for him. 9 walks to only 4 Ks. Just really good. Jabe, got himself 2 walks again, which I believe it wholeheartedly. Jabe's walks lead to the homer and the home run he hit the other day, because he's letting himself settle into the flow of his at-bats in the game.
He termed it to us in the postgame. He's not trying to do too much every at-bat. Right?
He doesn't need to. Well, I mean, it's a Will Sullivan syndrome. It's like you hit the ball 118, like, hey, I got an idea. Hit it 114. It still goes out.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Jabe did a great job. I thought he did an excellent job again behind the plate. He's really proud of him.
One of the things, since you bring up, the 9 walks, 4 strikeouts and everything, and this is something Coach Walgamot was talking about to his hitters in the pregame. He said they're going to throw a lot of guys. They're going to see a lot of different looks out there on the mound. Your job, and I'm quoting verbatim, your job is to grind at them and battle them, and that those numbers speak to them taking that directive to heart, Coach.
Well, look, I think in totality, I think this is a big thing that people have to understand, and it doesn't apply here at Troy for us. But, midweek games can have different meanings for different programs. All of our midweek games have mattered since we've been here. They just do. They have national importance, right? And so your individualized objectives cannot matter. You can't come in and say, man, the wind's blowing out at 18 miles an hour. I'm going to see some arms who have given up hits. I'm going to get mine. You're going to hit a homer. You're going to take a good at bat. You're going to impact the baseball, and it's going to go like Steve. Steve's were line drives.
Yes.
He didn't try to, go. And so we harp on that because the sum of your parts in terms of everyone doing their collective job is how you score runs. All hitting home runs is great, hitting doubles is great, all that stuff's awesome, but in the end you have to play great offense. And playing great offense is when the pitch is there, you do it, right? Darnell took good swings, boom, ends up getting one up in the jet stream, hits it out. That's great, that's awesome, but it was earned by other good at bats. You don't go up there just trying to get yours. That cannot happen. And I know it's something that has to be harped on because I think selfishness can creep into any team at any time. And I'm not saying we've had that, but you echo that part that Ben was articulating so well on the bus, because the game rewards you when you just think about how can I help my team score runs. And then sometimes, like a Steve or a Darnell or a DK or a Jabe, the game might reward you with great things, but you don't have to force it.
One of Steven's last thoughts before he left here is now the most important thing is how am I going to rest? How am I going to eat? How am I going to get from Birmingham to Monroe to be at my best to compete in a big series starting Thursday against ULM?
Well, fortunately, our obviously everyone that works at Troy supports us well, and our administration is great about we're gonna go most of the way. We're not gonna get to Monroe. We're gonna get to, I think it's Jackson or Pearl.
Pearl,
Is
yeah.
it Pearl? Okay, my bad. I didn't read the itinerary totally. I said yes to it in October, and then I kind of moved on because Joe's the best, by the way. Joe doesn't get any acclaim. I do want to say Joe is so good at his job. Joe's incredible. He does a ton of baseball things too, but what he does to handle us and operate, and I've talked about our road success over the years, and obviously ad nauseum sometimes, but Joe's a huge part of that. The way we travel, the organization that it allows for everybody is so important. And I know that he doesn't get to hit a home run or make a pitching change or whatever, but Joe does such an incredible job. And because of what we're doing tonight, we can enjoy the bus ride. We'll enjoy our grub, and honestly, they don't need to lock in. Like, this is like have fun time on the bus, right? Like,
right. Yeah.
But tomorrow we'll be able to sleep in, rest, and then we'll get to Monroe. We'll get to the mall or a food area there that we've scoped out. We'll kind of get our legs moving, and then I believe we're able to lift at like 3 or 3:15. Then go practice at 4. Have a good practice. Get real sharp. Get acclimated to whatever we need to at Monroe: turf, field, wind, sun spots, whatever. And then we'll have a meal post-game, and then we'll be able to rest up. And we have 2 night games, so we can get into a rhythm and a flow of what those days need to feel like.
Sounds like a plan, Coach. Congrats. Game show on the heels of Troy's resounding 14-5 victory over UAB. Before we talk with Skylar Meade, let's talk with senior outfielder Stephen Meier. Check out the line score for Stephen today. He was 3 for 4, 7 RBIs, 3 runs scored. But first, we'll work outside in. What a big win for your team here this afternoon. Can you categorize it, Stephen?
Yeah, I mean, it was a big one. We needed it. There's a lot of implications that everyone worries about, but we just wanted to keep playing good baseball, and 3 games in a row, really, really, really good baseball as a team. It's been fun to play.
Looking up and down the lineup, of course, we'll talk about your production in a moment, but it looks like 3 straight really good games where everybody contributed, everybody did their job. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think before that, the 3 best games we played were the Tuesday against Alabama, and then the Saturday and the Sunday games we had against South Al. So it's really, really, really good to play 3 great games in a row. Just all of us doing our part, like you said. It's all it really comes down to, is doing what you can do.
All right, now I've got to ask about your game. 2 homers, 7 RBIs, 3 hits. What were you looking for out there? What was working, really?
Yeah, I mean, the approach was just really simple. It's you hit the heater out front, and then you're going to get an off-speed pitch hung in the zone, and you're going to hit it really hard. And that was the same all the way through. I think Josh Pine got robbed of a couple extra base hits today. I think Aaron Piasecki got robbed of a hit and probably another barrel that I think he should have had. But I think the ball just found holes for me, and obviously some of them were over the fence, but I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely you will. And with this performance by this team offensively, in the context of this trip, well, you keep the momentum going and you get off to a good start on a 4-day road trip. Give the fans a sense of the mentality it takes, because you've been on quite a few of these long trips this year, and by and large, The team has handled their business well, and it's important to do that again this week, correct?
Yeah, it's comes down to how much more can you give, whatever that is. Not doing too much, but just whatever you can give a little bit more. And that's what it's been down to, and I think it's what's pushing each other. We all play well, and then some guys play better, and then other guys, because of that, want to rise to the occasion whenever they get a shot. And it's been really good to just see everyone kind of keep rising to their occasion.
Is it a thing? Final question. Is the thing a lot of these guys, like you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You're seeing the finish line in your college career. Everything just seems to be amplified or accentuated or not.
Yeah, no, it just comes down to playing good now. It just comes down to playing good on Friday. But first we gotta get there. We gotta travel. All I think about is how I'm gonna prepare the best to travel there first, and then what am I gonna eat to prepare for Thursday, and then play there and go from there. And then it becomes Saturday, and then it becomes Sunday or Friday, and then Saturday this week.
Yeah, it was certainly a good one to get the trip started off. Congratulations on a big day. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Great work.
Stephen,